Welcome to the Guys Like Us podcast. Here are your guys, Adam and Berbs.
All right, great news, everybody. Guys Like Us show, we are back. We are now here, episode number 8. I got my guy Berbs here in front of me. Berbs, how are you?
Doing good, man. Today's a great day.
Today is a great day. So before we get started on such a great day, did want to give you all some friendly reminders in case you need to figure out how to find us. Instagram's a really good spot. Just search for the Guys Like Us. Our following is growing there. Berbs is not happy with the number of people we follow, though. He'd like to do a little bit better ratio. So if you guys can start following us, it'll level us out with our followers or followings, and then we'd be all set.
Yeah, we just need a level playing field, 1 for 1. You know, I think we're 2-1 on the following as opposed to getting followed. So I just like to see those even. I don't think that's I don't think I'm asking for too much.
Yeah, you know about it. So go ahead and get on there, follow us. Also, go ahead and find us on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, all those great platforms. You can go ahead and search Guys Like Us podcast. We're there. You know, you'll find us. We're not hard to find. Once you do find us, though, go ahead and give us a little subscribe. If you're on iTunes, feel free to rate and review. A lot of good DLs. Not a lot of reviews yet. So you people out there, you know who you are. Feel free to type out a nice glowing review and give us a rating. Berbs, I always forget. What do we want to be rated?
Again, you know, if possible, we'd like 5s. 5s are better.
5s are better. Okay. So 5s are better on the review. And we'll happily take those for you. Again, iTunes, Guys Like Us. That's where you're going to want to find us too. Also want to send a special shout out to all of our faithful listeners and executive producers, none of which actually do any work around here except for me and loosely Berbs. But what are you going to do? Actually, Berbs, while we're on the EP topic for a quick sec, one of our EPs has been jammed up lately.
Okay.
Are you up to date with what's going on with our guy Jimmy?
No, not really.
Jimmy had a little dental situation. Teeth, some impaction, if you will, some extraction happened after that. Look those 2 words up, you'll figure that out. But what that led to was Jimmy's on some pretty hardcore antibiotics.
Hardcore?
I mean, I'm not sure the MGs he's working with, but apparently he's on some antis.
Okay.
He's on some antis.
He's just jammed up.
Just a little jammed. He'll be, a little 5 to 10, 7 day situation. He'll be good to go.
Okay.
But he reached out. It was the weekend, as you know, and he had a question he asked me, and I want to give the guy good advice, but I know that you have a lot of knowledge and expertise on this too.
Right.
So what's the rule, real quick for you and everybody out there? What's the rule on alcohol during the antibiotic cycle?
Oh, that's a no-fly zone.
It's a no-fly zone.
Yeah, as you take a sip of beer right now.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I mean, I can assume that you're, the opposite of what I'm going to say. You're probably pro beer and alcohol, as often as possible.
I mean, I'm willing to take the unpopular hot take stance here.
Sure.
Here's my stance on this. Here's what I told Jimmy. First question, is it on the bottle?
Okay.
If it says no on the bottle, then bottle wins. You don't do anything. So
okay.
If bottle says no, then you follow that. If it doesn't, then as long as you're feeling well and you can, you're not still ill, there's no vomiting, anything like that, I think you're fair game.
Okay. So, but to be fair, I think I don't even think you're supposed to drink if you take aspirin, right?
Is that on the bottle?
I think it's on the bottle, baby.
Is it on the bottle?
Check the bottles.
I'm going to check the bottles. Not right now because I'd have to leave the show.
I mean, that would actually make too much sense.
Then you'd have to talk for like 3 minutes straight, and we can't
way.
hear you anyway, so it's not really going to matter much.
I don't even know what to do, yeah. Life story. Berbs,
hold on, everybody. Everybody sit tight. Get comfy.
Yep.
Got a Berbs life story. I got to get a sounder for this, by the way. Go ahead.
Yeah. So again, Mrs. B shouts, medical field. She knows what she knows.
Neurosurgeon or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, neuro.
Seems like something you do with.
Your boy was sick. I don't know what I had. Something. There were some sicknesses though.
Well, hold on. You don't remember what you had, or you were sick, but you don't know what you were sick with?
Yeah, that second one.
Okay, so you were just ill.
I was ill.
You have no diagnoses on what that was.
There was a diagnosis, but it's been some years.
Okay,
so it's gone now.
So you don't recall the diagnosis? No.
Okay. But went to a wedding. Berbs got dressed up, to the nines. Me and Mrs. B to the nines, and just popping my annies before we hit the little ceremony situation.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling good, I'm feeling fine, and champagne's just flowing.
Champagne the campaign?
And I'm just like, hey, Mrs. B, let's get on that. And she's just like, well, I can have some, but you probably shouldn't.
Oh.
And I'm like, okay, well, me being Berbs.
Yeah, you are Berbs.
Right. I'm like, let me get a couple of these. Pour me a little glass.
Okay.
So Mrs. B.
So you overruled Mrs. B.
I went against her correct.
You threw the challenge flag.
Yeah, I went against her correct and better judgment, which you'll soon find out was obviously a mistake.
Wow.
So I'm sipping, and she's allowing it. She's letting me run with it. About 5-10 minutes later, your boy's bright red, pretty dizzy. In fact, I almost toppled over. And the guy with my stature and my stance, I'm
damage.
Yeah. I was just dizzy. Almost fell over. Had to sit down. It was not a pretty sight. And Mrs. B's just looking at me like hey, told you so.
Now, was it on the bottle?
Great question.
Thank you.
Again, it's been a handful of years. I couldn't tell you.
Thank you.
But that kind of leads me back to my point. Like I'm pretty sure it's like on aspirin, Tylenol, ibuprofen.
Okay.
Right. So I'm pretty sure they say don't take alcohol. Don't consume alcohol while taking these pills.
Yeah. Isn't that just a suggestion though? Like,
typically those suggestions come from like medical professionals, no?
But you also probably shouldn't eat, gluten like we talked about, right? It's just a recommendation. Unless it says on the bottle, do not take while drinking alcohol.
We're gonna talk about gluten again.
People brought it up. That's all. Here's my philosophy. Here's what I was thinking. Here's what I subscribe to. No pun intended. So let's say you're sick on a Monday, jammed up, little sinus situation. You're not feeling good. You shoot over to the doc. Quick little Z-Pack for you. You're out the door. You're good to go. Next day, pop 1, feeling better. Next day, pop 2, feeling good. Next day, pop 3. And all of a sudden, hey, look what's here. It's the weekend. And what are you going to do on the weekend, Berbs? You're going to need a tall, cold, frosty something in your hand, right?
Sure.
You know about all those. And so what I would recommend is now you're on day 4, day 5. You're feeling better now. That funk gone. Cold ones in front of you. It's not on the package. I think you're clean. And if you're worried about it, just skip that dose. You know what you get now? Now you get a free extra day of antibiotics that you weren't counting on. So you're going to feel even better because now you've extended that one extra day.
Well, it sounds like you've found a way to, regardless of what the bottle says or not, it sounds like you found a way to, train your brain that you're drinking no matter what. Is that kind of how I should take this?
I don't like the way you phrase that.
Well, I've seen you take down about 4 ounces since we started this cast.
Yeah, so. I don't like the way you phrase that. Again, I think what I'm doing, I'm not afraid to challenge status quo, Eddie. Some people, the first guy through the wall always gets bloodied. I'm not afraid to be that guy. If I have to be the trailblazer for saying, hey, if it's not on the bottle, I think you're free.
Sure.
Now, I'm not quite sure how the medical field would feel about this. I suspect they wouldn't be pro my stance.
Right.
They'd probably be more pro your stance. But
sure.
Isn't that just a money grab?
There might be some lucrative.
Yeah, it's just a money grab. So how can I take that? How can I take that advice seriously?
Real quick, I'm just, it's not that I'm not paying attention to you.
That's fair.
But you're gonna. Yeah, man, I've got some stats here. You probably shouldn't drink while you're on Tylenol, let alone antibiotics.
Define what does that look like? So if I have let's say quick little day drink situation, it happens, right? Quick little 12 o'clock bottle pop, you're good. Little nap situation, you get up, you're working in the garage, you're all of a sudden, my back. Can you not take Tylenol now because you had those?
Is that spinal?
Those OZs, probably spinal.
Probably spinal.
You had those OZs earlier. Can you now not take the Tylenol?
What were those fluid ounces you took down earlier?
I don't know. Even 48.
12 times.
48. That's
12 times 4. Okay.
Well, if you had them in the minis, the big ones, whatever.
So you got in 48 OZs.
Yeah.
Early morning.
Yeah.
Which congratulations.
Not early. Again, it's noon. It's noon.
Well, it's noon now. You've been drinking for 4 hours.
Look at the clock when you look. That's all you got to do.
Okay.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah. I wouldn't. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Here's the thing. If you drank 48 ounces of beer and now your back started hurting, you might as well just drink another beer. Because that'll,
see,
just take a quick
this is what I need you for. This is next level thinking out of you.
Right.
I'm surprised, frankly, but this is good thinking. So what you're saying is Tylenol, go ahead and sit on the sidelines.
Yep.
Let's get the BLs in here.
Yep.
And back's feeling better in a heartbeat.
Because again, I don't want to get you jammed up with some type of cross-contamination.
Yeah.
Counteracting of, the medicines and then the alcohols. If we're on alcohol, let's just stay on alcohol. If we're on antibiotics, let's just stay on antibiotics.
Yeah, let me ask you a quick question.
I don't think we should be playing on each other's field.
Yeah, no, we don't want to cross swords here. But let me ask you a quick question. A little backstory about Berbs that not everyone in this audience knows. Well, all 7 of you. But Berbs, this is true or false question. Just give me a quick little true-false here, ready? Are you prone to reactions of any sort after taking medicine?
That's a great question. I appreciate you asking that.
No problem. No problem.
I am prone to reactions. Shout out, C Meek, Courtney Christine on Instagram, Twitter, MySpace, Facebook.
It's Courtney Christine, but okay.
Yeah, that's what I said. Your boy wasn't feeling well.
Okay.
I had a little tickle in my throat. Okay. I wasn't my best day.
Okay.
I thought it was some type of allergies. C Meek is big in the herbal.
The herbals?
The herbals.
Okay.
And, she just had a brilliant idea. Why don't you take one of my, herbal pills, I guess, or, whatever it was. And I'm just like, all right, great. No big deal. Pop this little herbal. Didn't feel any better. Didn't feel any worse. Just kind of stayed same, whatever. I think it was about 15 minutes later or so, my boss walked by.
I like that guy, by the way. He was good. He was really good.
And the first words out of his mouth were, "Have you looked in the mirror?"
Fair question.
And I was like, well, no. I mean, I'm at my desk. I don't have a mirror. And he's like, you might want to look in the mirror.
Check it out.
And, for you listeners out there, I don't know if you can get a visual, but if you've ever seen the movie Hitch with Will Smith, the scene where he's, apparently allergic to...
I think it's shellfish of some sort. Yeah.
And then he goes and he's trying to get, Benadryl, whatever the case may be. But the lead up to go get the medicine, how his face kind of ballooned up, that was your boy.
That was you right there. Yeah. So I'm just judging on what I know thus far.
Sure.
One might say that you're prone to some sort of a breakout or some sort of a reaction situation. Yeah. So maybe this is less about the pill and more about you.
Everybody reacts differently.
And then real quick, other true or false.
But actually, real quick, can I get mine real quick?
You're already in there, yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, I think there was other people that took those pills that also reacted in a negative way.
Was it as negative as your negative?
No, my negative was...
You were the extreme, right?
I was the extreme.
Yeah.
But there was a tapered off edition of that other people...
Sure.
You know about it. You've seen it.
Sure.
Right? So, I mean, yes, to your point, I agree people react to it differently.
Yeah.
But we know of other people that reacted,
Yeah.
in a bad way as well.
I mean, maybe your rods and cones and, your neurons and everything, maybe they just fire differently than others. Maybe you're just prone to, being kind of weak in that sense. I don't know. Maybe weak. And then real quick, true or false, you did or did not send your boss a selfie of your face that night?
That is also true. Okay. I mean, Berbs is not huge in the selfie game.
No.
That might have been my fourth selfie ever.
Yeah.
And that technically that photo exists.
It's not in some of people's memories. It doesn't. No.
Yeah, I mean technically that photo's out there. I'm gonna keep it in the archives.
Oh, you still have that photo?
I have it.
I'm gonna need access to that.
Can't do it.
Our 150 plus Instagram followers are gonna want to see that.
I'm not comfortable yet. Here's what we'll do.
What are we gonna do?
You get me to 200 followers.
Oh.
By Monday.
Oh.
So
hold on. We got to figure out when we're releasing this first. So you might need to give me 2 extra days depending on when we release.
Sure. So whatever day.
Give me 4 days from release date.
So 4 days after release date.
I have 4 fingers up in the air. You can count these, right? Okay.
So 4 days after release date, I need an additional 50 followers in order for that photo to get released.
Okay.
Now, if we get the 50 followers and it's 7 days later, it doesn't count. You only get the 4 days.
Wow. All right. Well, I mean, really
and these can't be bots. No bots. I don't want you creating fake profiles just to get that picture out there.
I don't have that kind of time. I don't have
Cordy
that kind of time.
Christine, I know you're up to that kind of stuff.
Cordy.
Yeah.
I don't have that kind of time.
Okay.
But, so, world, like, did you heard this is a thing? I'm going to need multiple of you to tag along, follow along, get in there quickly. You're going to want to see this photograph, people. You're going to want to see this thing. So I'm going to need 50 strong out there. I know you're out there.
They might be out there.
Are they out there?
They're somewhere.
I'm going to need them to be out there.
Yeah. So I mean, if real quick, I'm going to cut you off.
You're already there?
Yeah. If we're just going to wrap it up for Jimmy.
We're wrapping it up?
Well, yeah. I mean, this is, yeah. Keep it wrapped up at all times. Just, Jimmy Kangura _ again with that underscore at the end just throws me off.
It's actually Mr. Kangura.
That's what I said. Okay. I would just say stay off the booze while on the antibiotics.
Yeah.
Until you're just clean, right? Once you break free of your anties, then go ahead and pop up on your OZs.
What if he only has one left? What if he's down to the last soldier in that bottle there?
Sure.
One guy to go, and he's like, "Hey, I took this. I've been feeling really good. Just quick little Jameson right here. Quick little Vite Vine just sitting over here."
Yeah.
Like
now, if that's you popping a Bud Light with you coming in at 5%, then I'm gonna say go for it.
Okay.
But one thing we know about Jimmy, what is he right at?
ABVs need to be down, huh?
Right. His ABV.
He's running like 9.8 hot. Yeah.
9.8 hot.
Yeah.
So knowing his ABVs are hot,
okay,
I gotta keep them separate.
Okay.
I would just say keep it clean.
I don't want to speak for Jim. I don't want to release medical information. I think there's laws against that kind of stuff. Not that we care, but I think he held strong. I think he actually eschewed. Look that up. My advice, and I think he held strong throughout the entire.
Wait, where did his shoes go?
Exactly. Yeah, I think he'll be okay.
Okay.
But I just thought I was curious. I mean, I think I know where I stand on that too. I just, of course you'd be wrong as always. So not surprised.
Good.
Okay. Speaking of things that are out there, Berbs, I just got a ton of stories. I'm looking at the sheet of paper.
Yeah.
You guys don't know this, but we put together a really robust show sheet, and
it looks like. Well, real quick, I'm gonna cut you off again. Looks like the producer line has stayed pretty consistent. Seeing some names on here that again I'm not entirely sure I agree with, and we talked about a name last week. Looks like it didn't make it on here. Any reason?
Yeah, I mean, just we haven't had a staff meeting yet to really vet through all of the participants. I'll tell you what, if we get those 50 followers, I'll add to the sheet. So you win, and then everybody else wins.
That's fair.
So that's what we're gonna do. No, I do agree. We may need to do like a Survivor style like pool at some point to just pare this thing down a little bit,
right?
And figure this thing out.
I mean, at this point, it's just like you get a car, you get a car, get a. We got to taper that back.
A lot of names on the producer line here.
A lot of names, yeah.
A lot of names.
Talent though, that's
talent's out there. Talent's out there. But we got topics on this thing too, Burb. So we're just gonna run through some stories that are hitting the interwebs, going viral, if you will. Shout out to Kendrick Lamar.
It hit me.
So here's the first one, Burbs. I don't know if you know this. Aretha Franklin passed away. This is a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
your favorite song by her is who? Was what?
Yeah, man. She's great artist.
So unfortunately there was a service. Not unfortunately, but I guess fortunately there was a service. And your girl Ariana Grande was there. You're familiar with her?
I am. I know about her.
And so she was up on the pulpit there, the altar, the stage. I don't know the apparatus that she was standing on.
I don't think it was the
pulpit. And she'd sung some stuff. And this nice church going fellow was there, a minister, priest. I'm not deacon. I don't really know what he was.
Okay.
And he was trying to give a little sermon and trying to provide support to Ariana and everybody and put his arm around her to give her some consolation.
Just give her a hug or something?
Well, I mean, it was maybe a little bit of arm around situation, but
that's how you hug people. You just put your arms around them.
This one got a little bit different though.
He got loose?
There was a little bit of a minor touching of some areas.
Touch and go?
A little bit of a rub, a little bit of a nudge, a little bit just of a quick little pat there, if you will, on the top half.
Okay, like hit her shoulder.
I mean, a little lower.
Navel.
Yeah, and so the internets exploded with just what happened here.
Sure.
And I think the guy has now since apologized.
Can I get in here real quick?
Yeah.
If I recall, I remember seeing a video or something. Was President Clinton there?
I believe he was, yeah.
If I recall, he kind of had this like creeper, I'm going to potentially make some, bad decisions later.
Not potentially. I think it's documented he made a few decisions that were suspect.
You might want to look that video up. In fact, if you got your computer in front of you, he had a look on his face that should be definitely taken into consideration for concerning individuals.
Yeah, I'm not going to look that up, but so what are your thoughts on this? So what are your thoughts on this guy? Maybe just taking a quick little sneak and peek situation. Just a quick little touch and go, quick little grab and go. I mean, again, while we should state that we certainly don't want anybody to be inappropriately touched in any way, shape, or form.
Right.
In this situation, looks like your guy got a little handsy here. He got called for a little hand check, a little loose ball foul.
We got holding.
Not a little holding.
Okay.
Little pass interference maybe.
Sure.
Illegal contact, you might call it.
Okay. Did Ariana make a face, or did she kind of
didn't appear pleased? Yeah.
Didn't appear pleased. Well, my only concern, and I guess my only rebuttal, if you will, to this would be she's dating that comedian.
Yeah.
In fact, engaged, I believe.
I believe that is correct.
Can't think of the guy's name.
Pete Davidson.
Have you seen Pete Davidson?
I have.
Yeah. So if this guy, priest, pastor, church-going guy, whatever, gave her a little grope or whatever the case may have been, my assumption is he's seen Pete Davidson and was thinking, like, if this guy can do it,
oh wow,
why not me?
So you're thinking this is to
be fair, I don't know what this guy looks like, but he probably looks better than Pete Davidson.
I mean, let's
right.
It'd probably be a 50-50 shot.
Look it up.
The three of you whoever respond to our Instagram story polls, I mean, you can help us judge. We'll put that up there soon for you. So you're saying, is this a situation where, like, this guy's up there, he's got this opportunity, and it's just, shoot your shot?
You got to shoot your shot. Oh, I think, okay, Pete Davidson. Okay, wow.
Shooter's got to shoot kind of thing?
Shooter's got to shoot.
So you think that you just give this guy a pass? Do you think...
I mean, he doesn't get a pass. He's got to be reprimanded, but I mean, what does that look like? You know? What are they
I think he apologized.
Oh, well, that's a start.
He apologized.
I mean, I don't know if you just get to go around groping people and then be like, you know what? That's my bad.
Sure.
Water under the bridge. Doesn't work that way.
Okay.
There's got to be some reprimands.
Okay.
Some reprimentations.
You think Pete Davidson's taking this guy down? You think there's...
I don't know if he's taking him down. I'm looking at both right now, actually, and it's, I'll go with the pastor.
Taking the pastor? How many rounds?
Yeah. I'll go 3 rounds.
Oh wow, 3 rounds.
3 rounds. I'll take the pastor.
Okay.
Yeah. Again, Pete Davidson, just kind of a gangly, unathletic.
Oh wow.
Just
what did I mean? This got loose in a hurry. What did Pete Davidson do to you?
Nothing. But congratulations. He's able to pull off Ariana Grande. Is that a congratulations for him?
Well, okay, fair.
Well,
so he outkicked his coverage. We can all agree there.
Yeah, he outkicked his coverage. Well, I was going to ask you. I was going to punt the ball to you, actually.
All right, I'm open.
If I recall, I believe Ariana Grande at one point was with Big Sean.
I think that's correct.
They don't call him Little Sean.
They don't.
You think he knows why they call him Big Sean?
I assume he's got a little brother.
Yeah. Like below his belt?
Maybe like a cousin or somebody, in the family.
I'm just saying, maybe Pete Davidson was not aware that she was in,
He didn't know this?
He might not have noticed.
He might not have known.
Yeah, I'm just saying he should have done some due diligence.
Diligence needs to be done. Okay.
Again, he's not called Little Sean. Right? He's not called Medium Sean.
Yeah.
He's not called,
Average Sean.
Potentially bigger Sean.
Doing pretty good, Sean.
Yeah.
You should be proud of yourself, Sean.
Right.
He's doing Big Sean.
Big Sean.
All right. Well, I mean, again, I'm kind of in the shoot your shot camp. If you're
shoot your shot. But again, if you get blocked, you get jammed up.
Yeah. Well, this guy, shooting. Yeah, he got Mutombo'd. Yeah. Well, I don't know if he got Mutombo'd. I think he got the shot up.
What do you think? 2-game suspension?
At least, probably a 16th, technical foul. He's just out for a game. Yeah. Game check, that kind of situation. Yeah. Another story that's making the viral rounds, Berbs. I don't know if you've seen this one. The United States Open. They play tennis there.
U.S. Open.
There were some cameras just doing some crowd shots, looking around at some people, and one of those little commercial break situations. And we'll be right back after this, right? Okay. And the cameras caught this lady, and she is just feasting up on some chicken fingers.
Okay.
She's got a nice little look like a solid, juicy, just nice, solid chicken tender right up in the hand there, right?
Sure.
And just before they go to break, quick little dump of the chicken tender.
A little ranch dressing or something?
I mean, there wasn't any ranch there.
Mayonnaise?
No, I mean, again, millennials aren't using that.
Okay.
So, no.
So she dipped her
quick little dip.
Tender.
Quick little dip. You're good with that?
What'd you dip it in?
Does it matter?
Well, I mean, if it's a sauce... Or it's something in the sauce family, then I'm pro dip.
Well, what if I told you it was a glass of Coca-Cola?
So she went chicken tender, dunked it into the Coca-Cola.
Right up in there.
I mean, sweet and salty, right? You get the salty tender, probably some seasoning on there. I mean, you get the sweet soda.
Sure.
I don't know if that's me though.
That's probably not.
What kind of? I mean, is that soggy when you pull it out?
I would assume, right? I assume there's a lack of consistency.
Is that batter now just kind of sogged out?
Yeah, I would assume. that crunchiness is now sort of.
What do we, I hate to go this route, but what's this lady look like?
I mean, I don't have any visuals. I don't have any periffs. I mean, you can do some research on your side there.
Okay.
I don't have any periffs of her.
Any name that I should be looking up?
I believe I heard her name was Alexa Greenfield.
Okay, give me a second.
If I have that right, that's what the interwebs are saying. Here's the thing, though. I don't think that was her Coke. She appeared to be with a youngster, a ute, if you will.
Hold on, I'm pulling her up right now.
I don't think that was her Coke. And so what's
actually, real quick. Yeah, she could dunk it.
What do you mean?
She could dunk it. I'm looking at the picture. She could dunk it.
Hold on, but early
she gets a pass.
You said it was...
Look her up, and she gets pass.
You said it was okay, though.
I said it was okay?
You said earlier it's not... I'm sorry, you said it's not okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
okay?
just saying I'm not pro chicken tender into the
Coke. So she can dunk her chicken tender in your
Based
soda?
off what I'm seeing on the webs, yeah, she could do that.
Huh.
She gets a pass.
All right, well, I'll have to look into that, too. Another big story that's out here, Berbs. Okay. Our guy, Marshall Mathers, you might know him as Eminem.
Yeah.
He put a new album out.
Shady.
Yeah, there we are. He put a new album out. It's been a while. The last one he put out was Hot Trash.
Yeah, that was just a bad. Well, to be fair, his last like 3.
Yeah, he's been on a bit of a run. So
right. Our last like man, he's back was what Recovery.
Relapse Recovery. Yeah, I mean one of those two. Yeah,
it wasn't Relapse.
Yeah,
it was Recovery.
That came after Relapse, though.
Correct.
So
he recovered after he relapsed.
Yeah,
that's how it works.
You would know about that,
right?
Well, here's the thing. So first of all, real quick, what do we call? Are they albums anymore? Because they don't make albums. Are they CDs? What do we call them when you put out multiple songs at the same time?
It's an album.
It's an album. We're still calling it an album. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, technically, you can go pick up the CD probably at your local Best Buy, but again, Spotify.
They still make those?
Again, I got the hard copy of Tank's first/second album.
Yeah, both of those.
Hard copy.
Yeah.
So yeah, they still make them.
Yeah. So we can go to the store right now, like Guys Like Us Field Trip, and go pick up this new CD.
Yeah, you go Best Buy. What's that other one? I can't think of the name off the top of my head. Go figure.
Fair. Perfect.
Yeah, it's gone. But yeah, no, you could definitely go get a hard copy.
Huh. When's the last time you bought a CD?
Probably Tank.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, was it the first or the second, or did you get just quick little double disc
all of them?
situation?
Yeah, I was all of them.
Okay.
I was all of them.
You got a little twofer?
2-piece.
All right. Well, anyway, so Eminem puts this new thing out. It's called Kamikaze.
Pretty decent, by the way. I don't know if you've heard it yet.
I have.
So I mean, there's probably 4 or 5 songs I can get with.
The Ringer was first song. Starts off really good. I really like what we're doing
Fall.
there. Fall is very solid.
Yeah.
Stepping Stone, interesting. I don't know if you heard that one. Appears like he's talking about his little relationship with D12, how that all worked out.
Yep.
So probably his best album in a minute or two,
Yeah.
or 5 at this point, really.
Maybe an hour.
But after that, he on several songs, he clearly has. I think the kids are calling it some axes to grind. Do they say that?
What do they call it?
Axe to grind.
Okay.
That's not.
I don't. Yeah.
You don't have any cutlery over there. Okay, so anyway, he has some choice words for some folks.
Okay.
And he appears to take a shot at a rapper MGK. You might know him as Machine Gun Kelly.
I'm aware.
And so he took a little shot there, and there was some commentary, and then that elicited a response from MGK. He put out a little diss track, I think, afterwards. Yep. What'd you think of all this this beef we got going on?
Yeah, there's some beef. I mean, we're probably 80-20 on the lean fat as far as the beef.
Oh, okay.
Right.
That's a good analogy.
So I don't know if you've heard Eminem's song. I'm sure you have, Rap God.
I have.
I believe this was called Rap Devil.
I was correct. You think that was on purpose?
Definitely on purpose.
Okay.
So here's what I'll tell you about MGK. For the most part, pretty trash.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Well, there you go.
I know he's signed to Bad Boy, so I know Diddy's doing some things with him.
By the way, real quick, do you consider Diddy a rapper?
No.
What? Entrepreneur?
Yeah, he's an entrepreneur.
Record executive?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, he's not writing whatever he's putting out.
Favorite Diddy song that he actually...
Take that.
Well, yeah, that's...
I don't know, something with Biggie probably.
Okay.
Victory.
Yeah. Okay.
Victory.
That was good on that one.
Yeah.
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 That was good.
So, yeah, I mean, just backing it back up. Appreciate that. I will give MGK some credit and some respect. Not that he gives a damn what I think. But he actually...
That's surprising. Can we confirm that? MGK, get at us.
Yeah, he knows. He did go at M.
He did.
He actually had some good content. So, I'm glad he went at him. I'm glad there's a beef, if you will.
Okay.
Because, if you ask the hip-hop geniuses out there, the people that are ride or die hip-hop, they'll say hip-hop's dead. Dead. Right? So we need somebody to resurrect it. So, I mean, he goes at M. That's great. M's, 40-something years old. Congratulations. MGK's, I think, still in his 20s, whatever that looks like.
I think that's right, yeah.
I do appreciate the banter. I do appreciate the so-called beef. But, I mean, at the end of the day, he just committed suicide.
Well, 2 things. I mean, if I can get in there real quick. 2 things. One, in that little video, he's got bleach blonde hair.
Yep.
He's shirtless with just a lot of ink, a lot of tats.
Yep, a lot of tats.
So he's literally sending out a negative message about Eminem while looking exactly like him.
Sure.
So I think that's my first problem.
So to be fair, real quick, he's had blonde hair.
Sure.
Pretty much his entire career.
Sure.
But yeah, he bleached it.
What do you think that came from? I mean, he just real quick. One day he was like, what?
I actually think he's a natural, lighter, haired individual.
We're gonna research that.
Yeah, research it. Such as yourself.
Yes.
Lighter in the follicles.
A lot of lighter in the follicles.
So yeah, I think he bleached it to get a little. Yeah, I think he bleached it to get a little extra.
Why would he need that extra though? What's that extra?
I think to your point, I think he's definitely calling out M. Definitely trying to get under his skin.
Yeah.
So
in response to that, so M has a little line about MGK. MGK puts this thing about M.
Right.
Off the top rope comes your guy G-Eazy.
G-Eazy, Oakland.
Coming at MGK.
That's fine.
So what we've got here, Berbs, is we've got the rare white on white rapper beef.
Has
that happened before?
I was just gonna say I don't think that's ever happened.
I researched. We've
never had more than 3 white rappers in the history of the game.
I've researched heavily, and I can't find any other time where this may have gone on.
Yeah.
So I think this is it.
This is probably it.
This might be it.
This is probably it.
And so what you just said there was interesting. Do we even have 3 white rappers? And so I got a challenge that I want you and I to kind of work out together here. The audience, you guys come along with us because you have nowhere else to go.
Sure.
Top 5 white rappers not named Eminem.
Oh god.
So we're gonna work this out together.
Okay.
We're not gonna come up with 2 lists. We'll come up with 1. So let's work this out together. I'm gonna give you a shot at the 5 slot. What do you got in the 5 slot?
So off the top rope, like you mentioned, G-Eazy.
So he's going where? He's going
right now. He's besides Eminem. He's
why don't we start 5 and 1? Let's not give away the 1 first.
Okay. Well, we just did.
Right.
All right. Well, what do you got at 5?
Well, I mean, what do you got at 5?
Well, what do you got at 5?
I think this might be up your alley. Are you familiar with a rapper named Ritz?
I am.
Is this your guy?
Well, have you actually seen Ritz?
It's been a minute.
Little heavier set white dude.
Okay.
Obviously, that's what we're talking about here. Just
thanks for clarifying.
Bright red, just flowy.
Ed Sheeran
locks.
type locks.
Yeah, loosely. Yeah.
Is he in love with the shape of you?
Well, here's my thing. If we're talking white rappers and we know what we know about white rappers,
okay,
I'm comfortable putting him at the 5 spot.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, so let me give you the 4 spot.
Okay.
Eminem protege, somebody who works with Eminem.
Sure.
Not as out there though. One of my favorites.
Okay.
He's got a great song, Best Friend. Look it up, kids.
Yep.
I'm going my guy Yellow Wolf.
Yeah, that's fine.
Not Yellow Wolf. That's right. Yellow Wolf.
So to be fair, his last album was a bit of a downer.
That's fair.
But I'm pro Yella. I'm pro Yella.
So all right. So we got Ritz.
There you go.
Blitz.
Yep.
Yella.
Yep.
3 spot.
3 spot.
I mean,
we just so many options.
A lot of options. A lot of good options.
So many options.
A lot of good options. Give it a minute. Let it marinate for you. I got an idea. Let me nominate somebody for you. How about the Beastie Boys?
Okay. So the whole group.
The whole thing. Well, one's dead. Rest in peace.
Oh yeah, that is.
By the way, so here's the thing. I don't know if anyone's ever picked this up on the Beastie Boys. Me and my guy UCF Mike 1. Shout out to UCF Mike. We realized the Beastie Boys trick a long time ago in college, right? No one's caught on to this yet, and I think it's a lost art. Their trick was just to scream the last word of the line, right? So it was "Don't you forget to." It was all they did. They just screamed the last word louder. That's all they did.
And that's how they sold millions of albums.
Is it not?
I can't say it's not.
I mean, right now, if we're going the ratio of people who've screamed the last word to people who haven't, I mean, their album sales are up there. Album sales are up there.
What do you think their collective album sales are? Without looking, because again, why would we?
That's a great question. I mean,
we're talking. Are we 80s? Are we that far back? Or are we
they were 80s, friend. Yeah, they were 80s.
So late 80s.
They were late
90s.
Yeah.
I mean, did they even touch the 2000s?
Yeah, they put out some sort of an album in like 07, 08, maybe. They were doing some sort of comeback situation. I think they were on like a movie soundtrack, maybe. Let me check this out.
Look that up.
Well,
so at the 5 spot we got Ritz.
Yeah.
At the 4 spot we got
Yellow
Wolf.
Yeah.
3 spot
I'm
we got
nominating Beasties. Are you with me on Beasties? Now, do you consider them rappers?
Yeah. I mean, I think technically they're hip hop, right?
Are they not?
No, yeah. I mean, that's what I just said. I think they are.
So I think they're all right, real quick. So they have 8 studio albums.
Okay, so do you have the number already? Because I'm gonna guess.
Efforting that, but you can go ahead and guess. I'll stall here.
Do I have a time frame? Years?
Well, now I just scrolled all the way down.
As well?
So looks like they first album was 86.
Okay.
And last album, which was called the Hot Sauce Committee Part 2.
There was a Part 1?
I actually don't see that listed, oddly enough.
Okay.
That came out in 2011.
Oh, wow. So late 80s all the way to 2011. Whatever that math looks like. I'm going to say 60 million albums.
Yeah, I mean, I still don't have the answer, so...
Great, take your time.
On. How many? Real quick, I wasn't listening.
60 million.
60 million
Because if you think about it, in the 80s and the 90s and 2000s, everybody bought albums.
Yeah.
Not a lot of piracy.
Piracy wasn't big then?
Not a lot of...
Exclusive?
Yeah, not a lot of Johnny Depp and the Pirates.
So we're going... Are you on international? Are you going U.S.?
I'm talking full scale, all records, U.S., international.
Like you. We're global, by the way. Shout out to the 7 of you who have downloaded us from another country, by the way.
So I'm talking all sales, baby.
You said 60?
60.
I mean, you're close.
Okay.
You're close.
Okay.
50 million worldwide.
Wow.
50 million worldwide.
I mean, that's respect.
It's not bad.
Yeah, I mean, again,
and there's still hold on. So should they be higher than 3? I mean, the first 2 guys I think that we can both think about here probably don't have, 50 hairs on their face, let alone 50 million eyes.
Nah, because they're still pretty trash.
Yeah. Okay.
So. All
right. Well, then who's 2? Then who's 2?
So we got Ritz.
We got Ritz.
That's a 5.
I got a challenge flag on that one, but I'm gonna give it to you.
Get his catalog in.
I'm gonna give it to you.
Listen to it later in the Titan.
I'm gonna give it to you.
So go Ritz. Then we got Yella. Then we got Beastie.
Okay.
At the 2 spot, I'm gonna go NF.
Oh wow.
You know about NF.
I do.
So I mean, again.
My daughter loves NF, by the way.
That's fine.
Yeah.
If we're talking up right now, rappers, white rappers, that is.
Yeah.
Not named Eminem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go NF.
Okay.
You got a grievance with that?
I don't not. I think he's.
You don't not?
I don't not have a grievance. Yeah. Sorry, I have my Burbank dictionary translator in front of me. He's just young. He's new in the game. I don't know what he's going to be long term.
Young people can't be good.
He's showing promise. Showing a lot of promise. Flips the hips. Takes top off the defense. Runs behind his pads. He's got all the measurables. So we like that a lot. I just don't know what he's going to be though. So okay. Well then I got the number 1 spot. You've already given it away. So if you heard that earlier, just pretend you didn't.
Right.
I'm gonna agree with your G-Eazy selection. Yeah,
Gerald. Oakland.
True story. When he first came out, so I'm from Florida. Moved here about 3 years ago.
305.
When I got here, his song Woo, that was on the radio like nonstop.
Yeah.
First couple times I was like, I'm not sure if this is me. Yeah. Then I finally started to get into it. I didn't know he was a white dude.
Yeah.
I didn't know. He had me fooled. I don't know if he was trying to fool me, by the way. Was he trying to fool me?
No, I don't think he was trying to fool you.
Okay.
I don't think he was trying to fool you.
I didn't realize it. He was smooth. He was smooth with it.
He's smooth with it. Yeah. Shouts out. He's also, I don't know if he still is or was or still is, dating Halsey.
That's over.
That is over.
Ended.
Yeah, MGK made a reference about that as well.
That is ended. Yeah, that is ended.
She's not ugly.
Wait, so you knew that already?
Well, I knew he was dating her.
Okay.
I just didn't know if they were no longer together or something happened.
What did MGK make a reference about?
I think he mentioned that they had some type of relations.
Okay.
I don't know if, again, before or after or during.
That's fair.
It's not for me to find out.
Yeah. I'll co-sign G. Maybe it's local area bias.
Sure.
Yeah, we're here in the Bay. We get to hear a lot of him on the radios. If you listen to those kind of things.
We got any honorable mentions?
Listen, again, if we're willing to take some people out here, and we can take these questions
real quick. Let's go 5-1.
All right.
So,
Ritz,
Yellow Wolf,
yeah,
Beastie Boys,
yep,
NF, GEs,
yeah.
I'm comfortable with that.
All right, so for our vast listening audience out there, here are some honorable mentions. If you want to change our order, nominate some other people, you know how to find us. Hit us up, Instagram, we're there. Send us that email. Berbs is still hitting that send receive on the daily. Nothing yet though, but we're getting there. Here's a couple names. Think about these. Bubba Sparks, 3 X's on the end, by the way.
Yeah, no.
What is?
He's pretty horrible.
Why are there 3 X's on the end?
Just Bubba Sparks.
Okay. So Bubba, you're going no Bubba.
No Bubba.
He had some street cred though. He's with Timba Land.
Yeah, I mean, just because you pay for a producer doesn't mean you have street cred.
Okay. So. South has always been dirty. Now it's getting ugly.
Yeah, it is. I like it. Yeah, I like what you did there.
All right, fine.
If we're talking, did he have maybe 1 or 2 platinum singles? Sure, but you know,
I don't know, platinum. Was he platinum?
I would think. We
gotta get better computers around here to research the crap we say.
I would venture to guess. Again, not a lot of knowledge done here.
Okay.
Not a lot of stats.
Not a lot of knowledge done. That's correct.
That too. Not a lot of due diligence on these statements here. But I would say he's had at least 1 or 2 platinum singles, not albums. I'm not going to give him full album credit.
All right, so platinum singles is what we're going with here.
Yeah, platinum singles, I'd say he has 2.
By the way, any idea what his real name is? Why I just scrolled past that?
Bubba Sparks with 3 X's. I don't know, John?
Warren.
Yeah, he looks like a Warren.
Yeah, but I don't have purchases. I do have chart positions, so ranking.
Sure.
So his top ever song at number 7.
Okay.
I know this is you.
Yeah.
Our listeners are gonna love this. Miss New Booty.
Found you. Yeah, okay.
With your boys, the Yin Yang Twins, still whispering, by the way, someplace.
Where did he find that new booty, you think?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
So that hit 7.
That hit 7. It was actually certified gold.
Okay. So
That's the only certification he has.
Okay.
Your guy, Bubba, also hit Ugly. That topped out at 15 on the U.S. charts.
Okay. What year was that? 02?
01.
01, yeah.
01.
Yeah.
Next up, he got to 101 with Deliverance.
Yeah.
You know
I wasn't mad at Deliverance. That was okay.
Remember that time. Timbo was in that.
Yeah, it sounded just like that.
Yeah.
Real quick, if you don't mind, what were his album sales? I'm gonna say his gross album sales 3 million.
Gross album sales.
Because the Beasties came in at 50?
3 million. 50 million, yes.
Right. I'm gonna say 3 million for Bubba.
Let me toggle out of here. Let me get you.
Get the Wi-Fi up.
The Wi-Fi is strong. I mean, we're good. We're good.
I'm gonna say 3 million on Bubba Sparks for 3 X's.
Okay. So album sales, Bubba Sparks, 3 million. All right, let's see what we got here.
There's no way it's more than that.
Let's see what we got here. Efforting. Yeah, efforting. We'll try this one right here. This looks like it might be something. 3 million. Miss New Booty, that's back here.
Yeah, we talked about the booty.
Yeah, I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing an album sales here. We might need to owe you that.
All right, get back to me. Listeners out there, if you know, and if you can find it quickly, because apparently Adam just is unable to find the stat here.
Struggling.
What? Yeah, give me a Bubba Sparks.
Yeah, we're gonna get
gross album sales.
We're the executive producers. If you guys are listening, this already happened. So thanks for your help.
Right.
Another guy.
Sure.
Paul Wall.
Okay. Chopped and Screwed.
Paul Wall. I mean, he's also got a line of teeth out there. I think he's now marketing
the grills,
the tooth, the
dentals.
Did
Jimmy go to him?
Possible.
Jimmy got a grill?
It's possible. I mean, I do know a friend of mine actually has a dentist that actually does his taxes, changes his oil, and cuts his hair.
Wow.
So they're multi-talented guys. This might be Paul Wall.
Yeah, that's a smart. Yeah, he was trash too.
He was trash. Okay.
Yeah, he was trash. He had his couple years.
Yeah.
With Mike Jones.
Yeah.
Who?
Mike Jones. Yeah. You mentioned MGK. We're not giving him any love.
I mean, from a Bubba Sparks, Paul Wall perspective, sure, throw him in there. Again, I'll give him some credit over these next couple months just because he went at M pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
But I think he just killed his career by doing that.
What about a guy, a lot of hits lately.
Okay.
What about your guy, Macklemore? Where do we go back?
Yeah. So shouts out to Macklemore. He actually did a video in Modesto, 209.
Oh, wow.
Recorded it.
Okay.
Yeah, Mac's cool. I'll put him up there. Okay. Better than Bubba, better than Paul, better than MGK.
Controversial, this next guy.
Okay.
What about your guy, Mike Shinoda?
I don't think he's white.
He's close.
I think he's like Asian descent.
That's fine.
No, that's not fine.
No?
We didn't say Asian rappers, we said white rappers.
Well, okay. I mean, so he doesn't count.
Well, he's only got like one rap album with that. What was that group?
Fort Minor. M. Shinoda. Yeah.
Fort Minor.
Yeah. Remember the name. It's 10% luck, 50% skill,
1,000,000%. Yeah.
100% power. Which, by the way, if you add all that up, I'm not the math.
Yeah.
It's Burbicknomics.
There's no way I can get you that number.
Yeah, that's Burbicknomics.
Yeah, sure. Put him on the list, maybe above Bubba, but I want a birth certificate.
Okay, so he's got to prove to you.
I need to know he's white because I'm pretty sure he's of Pacific Islander descent.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if I can get 5149, is he on our list?
He gets a list. Honorable mention.
So he can't crack here. He can't crack
5.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
But I mean, I'll get him above Bubba. I'll get him above not Mac. Who else we got on there? Paul Weeze. I'll get him above Paul Weeze.
So he's not others receiving votes. He's in like the 6th spot?
Yeah, he's like the 6th spot.
Okay. All right. Well, so, I mean, I guess, good folks of the Guys Like Us audience, let us know what you think of our 5. I don't feel good about Ritz personally, but I'm going to
give his catalog a run.
I put Berbs' name on the show, so he gets a vote in these things.
Yeah.
So typically it's 2 votes to 1 me. So we'll see what happens. Let us know. We'll put this out on Instagram. You tell us what you think, and we'll be happy to take your feedback on that one.
It's time for ball play.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So as you heard, ball play. It is that time. We got a friend of the show. We had Touchdown Tatum doing our college football picks. We've got M. Campbell coming in with some NFL picks. I know you know about M. Campbell.
I'm familiar.
M. Campbell, Campbell Family, Iron Mike 630, M. Campbell _. That's my dude.
It's your guy.
We got 3 picks coming in hot.
Real quick, we need a nickname for him. We just can't call him M. Campbell. So
Iron Mike.
Iron Mike, okay.
Iron Mike.
All
right. So we got 3 picks coming in hot. First pick's gonna be.
Wait, so hold on. What are we? So
we're gonna go NFL.
Why don't we set this up for the audience because they
Sure.
actually can't read the sheet we have in front of us. So each week, your guy M. Campbell 5, Campbell Family, Iron Mike 632,
Yep.
all those. He's gonna find us 3 winners,
3 locks
that he's just stone cold lead pipe lock situations, all kinds of Loctites here.
Yep.
And he's gonna give those away to you, the Guys Like Us audience, for nothing, really, just because he's a solid guy,
good dude,
just somebody who likes to keep people happy.
Yep.
And so Berbs is here on behalf of M. Campbell 632 to give those picks. He hopefully will appear at some point live.
Yeah, we'll get him on the show. Well, he had some prior engagements, so
well, listen,
I
when
told him
you've got the winners and the nuggets this guy has, I mean, you just don't. You're not free at the drop of a hat.
Sure.
You know, your schedule's you're tight. You got a lot of things happening. So Berbs is going to on his behalf give us a sense for what these top 3 might look like.
Yep. So first game, we're going to take the Carolina Panthers over our Dallas Cowboys. Sad to say it, but we're going to take them. The spread we got here is 3. I know that's moving here and there, but we're going to take Carolina at home. Norv Turner, as you know, is the offense coordinator there now. So Norv likes to move it around. He likes to shake things up.
Who's he throwing to? Who's Cam throwing the ball to?
He's got guys.
Are we gonna have to Funches?
We're out here trying to Funches.
So we're going to Funches.
Yeah, we're going to Funches.
Okay. McCaffrey catching him out of the backfield. That's what we're doing.
100%.
All right.
Yeah, lock that in. So we're gonna go.
How many points? Real quick, we're Cowboys fans. How many points are we scoring?
Cowboys
That game, yeah.
We're gonna lose 34-6.
That sounds fair. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
All right. And then game 2, we got Baltimore Ravens against none other than your boy Nathan Peterman and the Buffalo Bills.
That's my guy.
So the only explanation you need there, Nathan Peterman and the Buffalo Bills.
Mm-hmm.
And then again, this one's a little controversial. Yeah, I don't know how everybody's gonna feel about it. Atlanta over the Super Bowl champion Eagles.
Okay.
So we got big guy Nick out there. Nick Foles starting quarterback. BDN.
You figure out what the D is.
Yeah, we got BDN out there starting quarterback for the Eagles.
Yeah.
You're getting positive money here on the Falcons. So we're gonna.
What's that number again?
For the Falcons?
Yeah.
I got it at plus 115.
115.
Yeah.
Wow. So real quick, explain to the audience and maybe some listeners, some ladies out there. What's the plus 115 mean?
It means they're underdogs.
Okay.
That's all you need to know.
That's all you need to know. Yeah. So you're going Falcons. You're taking the 115.
Correct.
Okay.
Right.
It's not 115 points, by the way. That would be a record.
Yes.
Okay.
So those are your 3 locks. Again, just to wrap it up, we're going to take Carolina over the Cowboys.
Okay.
We're going to take the Baltimore Ravens over the Buffalo Bills.
Okay.
And we're going to take the Atlanta Falcons to upset the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles.
All right. So we may send that out on IG. We may, again, actually we won't, because I want you to have to listen to this whole entire 48+ minute podcast to get these golden winners. I don't want to put these out for free for people who are lazy.
That's true.
So I'll tease this for our guy, Iron Mike 632.
It's 6:30.
6:30. Why is it not 6:32? 6:30 of significance of some sort? Birthday?
It does.
Okay.
Yeah, it does.
I want to ask. So you mentioned our guy, Touchdown Tate. And again, unfortunately, he's on the East Coast. Couldn't be with us here this evening as we tape.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to need Touchdown Tatum to come a little stronger.
Wow.
I hate to put him on the spot, but I mean, 1 and 2.
You just did.
1 and 2.
Yeah.
I don't need that.
Well, what are you getting me out of M. Campbell, Iron Mike this week?
3-0.
Yeah, we're going 3-0s.
Yeah.
Okay.
If we don't go 3-0,
here we are, friends.
Then we'll get you on the next one.
Okay. All right. That's an exclusive offer. Only good to you 8 people who download this. So, all right. So Touchdown Tatum had a rough week. You went 1 and 2.
Yep.
Okay. To be fair, though, that Maryland game, who saw that coming? You would have taken Texas too, and you know that.
I would not have touched Texas.
Okay. Fair enough. You'd have taken Maryland.
So to
and
be fair, I wouldn't have touched
coach.
that game. Well, here's the thing, little nugget. They actually beat Texas last year.
That's not little. We all knew that. I think he said that on the actual.
Yeah. So they
show.
beat Texas last year. I get what he was saying as far as Maryland, coming off of obviously the unfortunate circumstances that they're dealing with. He didn't think they can get their head right.
Yeah.
I get all that, but again, it's still Texas. Texas hasn't been Texas since your boy Vince left.
Okay.
So.
All right. Well, so he's going to rebound.
Sure.
He sent me a message with his picks this week.
Okay.
So here's where we're going. So this is college football.
Sure.
So the University of Memphis Tigers, they're playing Navy. That's in Memphis. They're 6.5 point favorites. He's going Memphis. He's laying the 6.5.
Okay. That's fine. I mean, that's fine.
Stanford at home versus USC. USC plus 4.5. He's laying those two. He's going Stanford.
That's fine. You know my my 4 playoff teams.
Yeah.
Which is actually 5.
Yeah.
One of them is Stanford.
One of them was Stanford.
So I co-sign.
Okay. Last up, Penn State. They're playing Pittsburgh in Happy Valley. That's Penn State.
Sure.
Penn State laying 8.5.
Yeah, they played what, Appalachian State last week?
They did.
And that was a barn burner. Barns were burned.
They're still charred. Barns.
Yeah. They're going to bounce back. I could see them really just going D to B on that
So
team.
Tayton agrees with all the letters you said there. He's also going Penn State. So to recap, Memphis, Stanford, Penn State. That's touchdown Tayton's big 3 this week.
Yeah, I mean, I'll co-sign those 3.
Okay, all right.
I'll co-sign. I was a little hard on them earlier.
I mean, yeah, you seem kind of salty about touchdown Tayton's picks from the start. You seem like you would disagree with a lot of those. I sense a healthy rivalry. That's what I said here.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, if he wants to take his college picks, and I'll take my NFL picks, and we'll see who has a better record at the end of the year.
To be fair, those aren't your picks though. Those are M. Campbell 32s, right?
But he's my guy. Tayton's your guy.
Sure. So these are our guys because they're guys like us.
Right.
That's the name of the show. Actually,
so I'll take responsibility for M. Campbell 630. You take responsibility for a touchdown Tayton.
Okay.
And whoever wins.
Oh.
We'll talk about
later in the show. Okay.
Later in the show, maybe a little 12-pack. ABVs, baby.
Okay. Well, what am I going to do Saturday then?
Exactly.
All right. So those are your picks. You heard it here first. We're going to bring these guys on at some point. They'll talk live.
They'll be here.
They got schedules. They got things to do. But we'll track that too. That touchdown Tayton post on Instagram, if you haven't seen it yet, you want to check that out. I got a lot of impressions.
Good ones?
A lot of positives. Okay. I think it largely is because we covered his mouth and appeared like he couldn't talk, and I think a lot of people like that.
That would actually made more sense last week if he didn't talk during his picks.
Well, he did, unfortunately. So 1 and 2, but
1 and 2.
My guy, double T. Yep. He's gonna pull his way
squared.
out of it. T squared. Right. So I hit the ball play sounder earlier. You reminded everybody it's ball play.
Yep.
So one of the topics that's hot right now, Berbs, as we record this, is your guy Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah, Le'Veon.
Shout out to M. Harrison, the London sissy nannies who picked him first in our fantasy draft last night.
As did millions of other people.
A lot of millions and millions of people. But M. Harrison, sissy nannies, he's got a lot of data, so I expected better. But what are you gonna do? So the data he doesn't have or didn't have yesterday was that Le'Veon Bell is now apparently not reported.
Sure.
And so he's not shown up, and I guess playing this Sunday is in jeopardy. His teammates are not pleased.
Sure.
A lot of Twitter posts and writings out there that just aren't pleased with Le'Veon Bell. So Berbs, guy like you, your work ethic, where are we at with Le'Veon Bell? So to refresh everybody really quickly, he has a $14.5 million franchise tag, which means essentially he gets paid that money no matter what.
Yep.
It's only a 1 year deal though.
Sure.
Only 1 year deal. So 14.5 for 1 year. He's looking for a deal more in the 18 to 20 range.
Sure.
And so he's been quite unhappy for multiple seasons now. His contract did the same thing last offseason, but showed up to camp in time to play for week 1. Not the case this time around, and apparently he's hinting that he might miss even more games. Berbs, assess.
So he got franchised last year as well?
He did.
Okay, so my only concern with this and with any of these players, right, with the Khalil Macks, with the Le'Veons, with Aaron Donald,
him too.
All these guys, you can ask for all the money in the world, and just because you get it today, there's going to be somebody at the same exact position of you tomorrow that gets more money than you.
Okay.
So then what? You're just going to keep doing this every year? So if I'm Le'Veon, you're getting 14. I understand you want to get 17, 18. That's fine. Are you worth it? Yeah, probably. You're probably worth even more than that. But unfortunately, running backs don't necessarily get paid that money unless you're Todd Gurley. But if I'm Le'Veon, I know that Todd Gurley just got X amount of dollars. I'm going to get 14 this year. I know there's some franchise rules as far as getting tagged.
Yeah, quickly, you can only get tagged 2 years in a row. So you get tagged once.
Actually, technically, you can get tagged up to, I think you can keep going, but there's problems with that. So if you get tagged for the third straight year.
You can only go 2.
I'm pretty sure that's incorrect.
You only go 2.
What about Kirk Cousins?
He went 2.
but he could have went 3, and then he would have got an insurmountable amount of money.
I have to check on Kirk Cousins. I think he went his second, but there are certainly some rules to it. That is for sure. Yeah.
So either way, he would have got 14 this year, right? Whether the rule is or whether the rule isn't, I don't know off the top of my head. But he gets the average, if I'm not mistaken, of all the players at his position in the league. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
So with Todd Gurley signing all that contract,
actually, I'm sorry, it's the top 5 in his league. I think
the top
average
5.
of those,
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Even better for him. So if he's getting the top 5 paychecks, if you will, if he's getting the average of those top 5 players, he'd be probably making close to 14 or more next year too.
He's doing okay.
So, is he worth 14, 15, 16, 20? Who knows? Probably. From a fantasy standpoint, kid's a beast, right? Still young. By the end of the day, just shut up and suit up, right? Your money will get taken care of. That's why you have agents. That's why your guys talk to the team, ownership, things like that. You did this last year. I think I saw a stat that he's only started 2 season openers since he came into the league.
Okay.
I know he sat out 1, or there was contract disputes. I think he was injured on another or something like that. So he doesn't have the greatest track record for starting season openers. And in this case, to me, this is just kind of being a little bit of a baby, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm just over it at this point, right? Like, either show up and play or don't.
Right.
Just show up and play, show up and helmet in hand, ready to go, or don't. And if you think you're worth more than 14.5, God love you. Like, if you can get it, go get it, friend. Like, I'm not mad at that. I'm not going to be that guy who's, like, hey, he should be grateful. He's got, 14 million. I'd kill for that. Like, yeah, that'd be great money. But if he's worth more in his mind, then great. Then go call the Steelers and be like, hey, I'm not coming in. Yeah, I'm worth 18 and I'm not playing this year. And so my contract ends with you and I'm going to go sign with somebody maybe next year.
Yeah, so let's just assume Zeke has another great year.
That's not an assumption.
Right. So Zeke's going to have a great year. This is his, third year?
Yeah. That's
right. So he's got 1 more year, assuming it's his rookie deal. I don't know if they're 4 or 5.
Maybe 1 or 2 4th with an option, so he'll get basically. So that's the thing that players always complain about is that you can essentially control a player for 7 years.
Sure.
So they sign a 4-year deal. So then the rookie option's 5 and 2 franchise tags. So you can keep a player for 7 years.
Sure.
For running backs in their prime, they take a lot of hits.
Yep.
So they always want to get to that second contract, which is where Le'Veon's at right now.
Yeah, that's fair. So, what I was going to say is, let's say Le'Veon gets his 18. Right, so he's happy in the season of 2018. Let's say Zeke gets a contract next year and his average is 22.
Yeah.
So then what does Le'Veon do? Go back to the Pittsburgh Steelers and be like, hey, I want to renegotiate again? And we're just going to keep going in this circle.
We call that the Julio Jones method, yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I know he wanted to re-up his after he already had re-up, and then he want more re-up.
Yeah.
You just don't get those re-ups.
Yeah.
So, is he worth more than 14 on the Berbs index scale? Yes.
Wow.
I'll put him on there.
We have access to that?
We have access.
Yeah.
So on the Berbs index scale, he's worth more than 14. Is he going to get it? Probably not. At the end of the day, he's just hurting himself. Get out there with your teammates. Go win some games. You're in a division where you should easily make the playoffs. You guys should get that momentum, get that camaraderie that you already have, keep it building, and go take out the Patriots this year because God knows we're tired of seeing the Patriots go to the Super Bowl.
Pretty tired of that. My thing is just, let's just be honest about it. Like, if you don't want to play, just, hey, everybody, real quick, I'm not coming to camp. Like, he seems to make it all about him and a big drawn-out show. Is he coming today? Is he not coming today? Is he coming tomorrow? And to be fair, the media is doing a lot of that. He's not, like, announcing, I'll be there tomorrow. Ha-ha, just kidding.
Right.
But, like, come out and just be like, hey, I'm not playing. I'm not playing for 14.5. That's not what I'm worth. I'm worth 18. I'm worth 20. I'm worth 22. Whatever that number is in his head. And just say I'm not playing. Let's move on. But he seems to also want to make it about him and kind of make it seem like, hey, he's going to come back and save the Steelers. And what I read today briefly on the internet was the Steelers are kind of like, you know what, dude, we're good. Like, if you don't want to be here, don't be here.
They're big on James Conner.
James Conner's a solid guy.
Solid dude.
Solid kid.
Shout out to him, man. Fought cancer.
He did.
Great story.
Yeah.
James Conner, I know he had his second year, right? Last year.
Yeah, he's a rook, yeah.
So last year he had a pretty decent rookie year, considering, obviously, that he's, following behind Le'Veon. But, I hope the kid does good, man. This is his opportunity if Le'Veon wants to continue this.
Sure.
So hopefully James Conner, for those of you who haven't picked him up in your fantasy league yet, Mark Harrison, go ahead and give him a pickup. That might serve well for you.
I should do that so he doesn't pick him. But what advice, Berb? You are a legendary fantasy football player.
Yeah, legendary.
What advice do you have for people maybe whose draft's going on and it just went on? I don't know why you'd be drafting by the time you heard this because the season started, so you're a loser. But right. If you happen to be drafting after the first kickoff game, I don't know what you're doing. What are you doing? Are you taking him? You got third pick. Johnson's gone and Gurley's gone. What are you doing?
If Johnson's gone and Gurley's gone, and again, my draft was a couple days ago.
Yeah.
I've been telling my boys for a week now that I don't want to touch Le'Veon.
What if he falls? You're 10 and he falls to you at 10. You're not touching him?
That's a little different.
Okay. So what's that number? What's the number where if he gets there, you're like, I got to do it?
If I'm 7 and below and he's there, then I'll touch him.
So if he sneaks past the AB, Saquon, Kamara range,
sure,
he's in your line of sight.
Yeah, but again, my concern with this dude all along has been we know he's not going to play. So last year you picked up Zeke.
I did.
There wasn't a definitive outcome on his situation during the time when most drafts were going on.
Yeah.
Everybody knew he was going to get suspended, but it wasn't official. But we kind of knew, we kind of didn't. I think you ended up picking him up.
I pulled off a heist last year, friends. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
I got Zeke last pick, first round, turnaround pick on the snake draft. You know about that. Gurley.
Yeah.
I was clapping fools for the first 8 weeks.
There's some clap.
And then all of a sudden, Rod Smith, come on down because I handcuffed it because why wouldn't I? Actually, I had Darren McFadden.
Sure.
Run DMC. Is he okay?
He's okay.
Okay.
He's retired.
So I had him. He got like 1.2 carries before he got cut.
Yeah.
So that didn't work out. Spoiler alert, I did not win that league.
Yeah. Made it to the championship though, right?
I did go to the ship.
Yeah, that's okay.
I did go to the ship.
So, yeah, I mean, I've been saying all along, David Johnson is going to come back from that broken hand or whatever. He was a beast.
He was.
His first year and through 3 quarters last year before he got injured in the first game.
Yes.
It's hard to... I also was a little skeptical about Zeke.
Okay, I agree with that.
We know about our offensive line this year being a little bit banged up. We have no offense. I mean, how many touches can you give the kid? It's good that he's going to get them all, but at the end of the day, that's just scary to me. So if it's me, I would have went Gurley.
Gurley 1.
Okay. I probably would have went Kamara 2.
Kamara 2, wow. Okay.
Look at those touches he's going to get, especially through 4 games.
Weeks, yeah.
So again, if you can get a Le'Veon, 7, 8, 9, 10, he's there. Sure, pick him up. But if you're 1 through 6, I wouldn't touch him.
By the way,
obviously now it's easy for me to say that, but I've been saying this for a couple weeks.
So Zeke, real quick, how long until we just run him into the ground? I mean, the amount of carries he's going to get for us, like 4 years? You think he's always going to have like no hamstrings and missing an elbow?
Yeah, hamstrings blown, ACLs, MCLs, PCLs, all those things, those are gone.
Yeah.
This is third year. He came in after a junior, so 21, so he's like 24, 25 years old-ish.
Yeah, sure.
So, yeah, I mean, by the time he's 28, he's probably going to be blown out.
Are you putting money in him, though? So when that contract comes up, Jerry pays everybody. Except for Daz, apparently. But right. Jerry pays everybody. Are you putting money in him when that deal comes up?
If our offensive line is as good or close to what it's been for the last couple of years, then absolutely.
Okay.
But if you got, the offensive line that's just, hot trash, we got dudes that are injured, we make some trades, we cut some players, whatever that looks like, and we can't sustain that type of efficiency from Zeke, then probably not. But at the same time, we didn't pay DeMarco.
No, we didn't.
Look what he did that one year when he just went rough shop.
1800.
Yeah, I mean, he went insane, and we didn't pay him.
To be fair, we ran him into the ground. He did nothing after that. He went to Philly, had a rough run.
But me and the Campbell boys talk about it a lot. These running backs only have a handful of years when they're in their prime, and to your point, they're just getting run into the ground. You're not going to make it very long. That longevity's not there.
Speaking of longevity, next story that kind of caught my eye, Berbs, on the ball play side. You got Rick Pitino.
Ricky P?
He's doing the rounds right now. He's out there on the media tour. He's got a little book situation coming out, so he's out there just pumping that book up. And one of the revelations he had today, Berbs, I want to lay this on you. Don't know if you've heard this or not yet. He has declared that he will not coach again.
He said he won't coach?
He has declared he will not coach again. Can you make some more noise over there real quick?
Yeah, I mean, I'm struggling over here.
Okay.
As you can see.
All right, I'm going to fill in while Berbs is struggling. So Rick Pitino, for those of you who aren't aware, he head basketball coach at Louisville. He has been a storied coach for a while. Kentucky. Berbs is still struggling. Boston. A lot of good places. A lot of good plays. Okay, Berbs is back with us.
Found it.
Berbs is back with us.
Sorry about that, boys.
Berbs is back with us. He's been a head coach for a while. A very established coach. One of the pillars of the college coaching fraternity. He got in some hot water a couple times. So about 5, 6, 7 years ago, I forget the numbers now. He had a quick little sexual encounter with his assistant coach's wife.
There's some encounters.
Quick little jam up there. He moves on from that one. About 2 years ago, there was a little scandal where one of his assistant coaches was providing prostitutes to his players. He claimed he had no knowledge of this.
Were those all consensual?
I believe they were consensual. These were recruits. These were like, hey, come see the campus. Oh, I want to go here. So
no harm, no foul.
So he got nothing on that. I think he got like a 3 or 4 game suspension, maybe 5.
Okay.
Moved on from that one, fired the coach. And then just this past year, there were some alleged wiretaps that had some folks saying that Adidas, the shoe company who sponsored Louisville, was going to pay a recruit, I think it was 100 G's to come to Louisville.
Yeah.
That got found out, and Pitino again used the excuse of, I didn't know. No one ever told me. What did you want me to do? Subsequently, he got fired. Now he's, I think he's suing Louisville for some contract money back. So there's a few things, some red flags, some potholes in the Rick Pitino story. And so he's decided today, Eddie, he's going to announce he's not going to coach anymore.
Obviously not because he can't get a job.
Oh, is that not? I mean, he hasn't been offered a job. He mentioned that he felt like he may have some opportunities. He talked to somebody, he said allegedly, and they didn't offer him.
I mean, you can't get him at, Sacagawea State.
I don't know if they're hiring.
We can't pick him up.
I don't know if they're hiring.
What's that bonus structure look like?
He seemed to think that he was too toxic of a hire for any school, so he decides to come out today and say, "Hey, I'm not going to coach anymore." So just really quickly, I want to declare on the Guys Like Us podcast, Mila Kunis, I'm not interested.
Okay.
Just want to get it out there now.
Okay.
I know people are asking about it. Mila Kunis, thanks for reaching out.
Sure.
We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Appreciate you in the DMs and everything, but just want to let everybody know, not interested.
So
Mrs. E, you're safe.
So
Everything's
it's that
safe.
obvious.
Yeah.
It's that obvious.
And so, but that's pretty what he said. Like, hey, basically, everyone who won't hire me, you know what? I'm not going to coach anymore. Well, no kidding, genius. That's why you're not going to coach anymore, because no one wants to hire you.
So, yeah, I get that. I would say this, right? And again, I hate giving this guy FaceTime and airtime and just my time. But if we're comparing, apples to apples, if it's that, maybe apples to bananas, maybe even oranges. Huh. Who knows? About bananas. Urban Meyer.
Potassium.
Right? This guy obviously knows about the encounter with his assistant coach and his wife.
Yes.
Physical altercations, right? Just not good situations.
Not good.
If we backtrack a little bit and look at Pitino, we talked about this, on one of our earlier podcasts, is giving recruits and up-and-coming high school players, incentive to come to your school.
Okay.
So now whether that's, a shoe deal, whether that's, a little check here or there, whether that's maybe a little Ford Focus on the weekends for you to, whip around with your boys.
Ford Focus?
You know about it. Whether that's, hey, let me go ahead and take you to the nearest little, strip show. Whatever that looks like.
Wow. We
know that it's happening. So my only concern here is, should he have done those things? Obviously not. But I mean, what's considered so bad that something else isn't considered that bad?
I think for Pitino, for me, it's the cumulative effect of multiple different things.
Okay.
So to continue to say, hey, I didn't know, no one told me about the hooker. Sorry about that one. Yeah, I know that they said I knew about the 100 G's, but I really didn't know anything about those. Like, to me, after a while, that just rings hollow. Like, so you can't be that much in control. If Pitino wants to hire 35 assistant coaches, he can do that at his school. And to say that he has no knowledge and he had no control over these kind of things, I just find that hard to believe. Now, I get that people may try to hide stuff, but come on. Like, someone is going to be loyal enough to Rick and go, hey, real quick, little brothel situation over there in Milliken Hall, you might want to go check that out.
So are you saying that you would be cool with him being like, you know what, I was aware. In fact, I was driving the team bus. I dropped my boys off.
Wait, what kind of bus?
The team bus.
Huh.
Yeah. So if he was just like, you know what, I'm the conductor of this train. I'm driving the bus.
Choo-choo?
Yep, little choo-choo. I'm driving the bus. Go ahead, boys, get out. I'll pick you up at 2 a.m. If he came clean and was like, yeah, I did that. Yeah, I gave this kid money. Yeah, I bought this kid's mom a house. You're okay with that? It seems like you're more mad that he's trying to hide it or act like he's not aware.
Well, so I guess there's two different questions there. So if he came out and was like, hey, you know what, real quick, I've been funneling money.
Sure.
I would be more, I think we are a society that's willing to forgive and would move past things. But people who continue to lie, see Lance Armstrong, see Pete Rose, like we just vindicate those people.
So if we go A-Rod.
I actually don't vindicate those people.
Right. So if we go A-Rod, who never knowingly took steroids or performance-enhancing drugs, and however long he said that for how many years, then he finally claimed clean, and he was like, you know what, I've been taking it.
Yeah.
And now everybody loves him
He's
again.
good. Well, that's because of J-Lo, really.
Well, sure.
The J-Lo effect.
Good for him, man.
Yeah, he's not doing so bad. J-Lo's been around. Speaking from Jenny from the block, by the way.
How many blocks has she been around? She getting her exercise in.
So let me just, real quick, I think I have some of these off the top of my head.
Okay.
Diddy.
Yep. Puffy?
Puffy, Diddy, P. Daddy, whatever. Then she went to that dancer guy. I forget his name.
Yeah, were they married?
They were married.
Yeah, youngin.
Ben Affleck.
Yep.
Then I believe she was with Mark Anthony.
Multiple
They
times.
got kids.
They got kids.
They got some kids.
He's got cocaine and drugs.
And now she's with A-Rod.
Yep.
I mean, that's quite
There's more to
a lot
list.
of. I mean, I'm missing probably 600 or 700.
That's off the dome piece.
Yeah, I'm missing a few, but that's a lot of. What are those? I can't think about what those 5 have in common. Like typically, like
They're all men.
Kardashians, like we kind of figured out what the commonality was there.
Sure. What was that commonality?
Athlete. But we can't quite figure out what. I don't know. At least what's the commonality for J-Lo, by the way.
So Diddy's. We talked about Diddy earlier. He's got the entrepreneur, potential rapper vibe.
Yeah.
Right. He's a money mogul. He's making moves.
Moves are being made.
You got Ben Affleck, Batman.
Is he?
Right. He was, but this is pre-Batman.
This is pre-Batman.
Good looking dude. Ben Affleck, Hollywood actor. I'm sure they run in the same circles here and there.
Let's put a lot of LBs on.
Yeah. Mark Anthony. That seemed like that was going on for a long time. I think they got some history there.
Yeah.
Obviously, kids, like you mentioned. Again, he chose the drugs over his kids. So congratulations.
Is that a fact?
Probably.
Okay.
Have you seen him?
He's pretty rancid.
Yeah, rancid. You got Diddy, you got Ben Affleck, you got Mark Anthony.
You got the dancer guy.
You got the dancer guy. He was in those. He was married to those.
Those were there. And A-Rod.
What's he doing? Is he raising Mark Anthony's kids?
A-Rod or this dancer guy?
No, the young kid.
Let me check that. I think I remember his name, by the way. This is a weird thing about me. I know everything about everything. I think his name is Chris Judd. So let me just Google
Judd,
that.
Like
Judd.
Like what's her name, Judd?
No, I don't think they're of relation.
Okay.
Yeah, Chris Judd.
Good for him. Good looking dude.
Let me wiki this guy.
Good looking dude.
Yeah, he's.
I don't know if his
catalog
catalog's very extensive.
Wow.
I know he's a dancer.
You know what? He's 49 years old. Wouldn't have seen that coming.
No.
Yeah, that's what it says here on Wikipedia. Why would they lie to you?
Yeah, they can't
Jennifer Lopez in Spain in 2000. They were together. He's remarried.
Good for him.
Remarried and has a kid with that new wife. So raising somebody's kid, not J-Lo's.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think J-Lo's, the funny thing about J-Lo is?
What's this?
Nobody hates her. She's left all these dudes, and they all still love her.
Is that true?
But none of those dudes have a bad thing to say about her. I think I know why.
I don't follow.
You know what I'm saying.
So again, I'm looking this up real time. So you're seeing us produce this show. I got photographs. I'm showing Berbs right here. There's a photograph. There's an allegation she dated Wesley Snipes. You saw them in Money Train.
Money Train.
There's some stuff happening there. This is 95, circa 95. Some guy I don't know about right here.
You think Snipes was in that train?
Tommy Mottola, a record guy.
Sure.
We got Sean Combs. She went a little different dress attire back in those days.
Yeah, I mean that was what late 90s, early 2000s.
99
Stuff
to 01.
was big back then.
You got Chris Judd. You got Ben Affleck. Mark Anthony's in. I don't know who Casper Smart is, but apparently they dated.
I think that Casper's the dancer guy.
I forgot about this. Alleged photo. Your guy Drizzy Drake.
That was right before A-Rod.
Apparently.
Well, I know they did a record together.
My favorite thing about Drake, by the way, is he is a Trina away from completing that Kanye West verse. Serena, Jennifer Lopez. He just needs Trina, and we're good. We're done there.
I forgot about. Trina's still around.
Yeah.
You know, she's still around.
Yeah, holler back. What's she doing that? Okay.
She got something.
And then we got A-Rod, so that's an interesting list for that. Okay, way off topic there.
Yeah.
But probably a better topic than what we were actually talking about. We should.
Yeah, so circling back to Rick Pitino.
Rick Pitino. It all comes back to Rick Pitino.
If I'm a coach, if I'm a college, mid-major.
Wait, hold on. You're a college?
If I'm a college.
Okay,
if I'm a college that's looking for a head coach.
Okay.
And you've got some damaged goods in Rick Pitino, knowing that he's done some things that are a little unethical, and he got jammed up, he got caught. My thing is this, right? As much as you want to treat the bad with the bad and the good with the good, there are severity levels.
Sure.
So again, I would say Urban Meyer, that's a high severity level.
It's up there.
Rick Pitino, giving cash, shoe deals, car here and there, potential hookers, all consensual, mind you. I'm going to say that those aren't apples for apples.
Yeah, so if you want to put those on like the scale of justice and figure out which weighs more, one's Bobo's side, one's other.
Right.
We all figure that out.
Right.
But that doesn't mean that Rick should get a pass for being habitual.
Yeah, no, he doesn't get a pass. I think it goes back to what you mentioned about like, hey, look, I did these things. That's on me. I got caught. I got jammed up. I was in the wrong. I'm here to make it right.
I just think it goes to speak to his ego.
Sure.
That he's just like, oh, real quick, I'm not going to coach anymore. Hey, Abilene Christian, thanks for calling.
Yep.
Stockton community, I'm going to get you guys back soon.
Right.
Modesto Jr., I like what you're doing. Good squad this year, but I'm just going to go ahead and sit this one out. I'm done coaching.
Yeah, well, I mean, to be
like,
fair,
again, Mila Kunis, I'm sorry. I'm not available. Thanks
to be
for
fair,
asking.
that has to do with his age, right? He's in his 60s. I'm pretty sure he's not willing to compromise on certain things.
Like
if this is, 45-year-old Rick Pitino.
Like money's what you mean?
Money, just ego, just,
sure.
Hey, I'm set in my ways.
True or false, by the way, he looks like a vampire.
100% true.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if he's 20 years younger, I'm thinking maybe he comes clean and is just like, what, my bad, guys. Let's clean it up. I think he's at that age now where he just degaff. He doesn't care.
Yeah.
And again, if he comes clean and he's like, hey, I did wrong, the unfortunate thing, again, is that he's a winning coach.
He is.
So because he's a winner and he's won, he's going to get a job.
Yeah.
Does it mean he's a scumbag still? Yeah, probably. But is he as much of a scumbag as Urban Meyer? No, probably not.
No, again, yeah. If you want the severity of what happened there, sure.
Yeah, I think you've got to look at each case.
Crimes against people have to be taken more seriously.
Cap score's got to be up there.
Than crimes again. Cap index has to be high.
Cap index has to be high.
Look that up for a Sid. But I just the ego of him to be like, hey, all these things happen, but I didn't know about it. What did you want me to do about it? Twice, like.
All right, what about this?
Use excuse once, but twice. I don't believe that he's that much of an idiot.
So UCF basketball.
Okay, we're up and coming.
Up and coming.
My guy Taco Fall 7'6". Watch out for this guy.
Taco Fall 7'6". You guys are not notorious to be a powerhouse in basketball.
It's been a while.
You guys are the unofficial champions in football, though.
That's correct.
Right.
It's actually official. It's in the record book. But
so let's say Rick Pitino's like, you know what? UCF, I see what you're doing. I know you guys want me. I want you. Let's make this marriage happen.
Yeah.
UCF gives your boy an offer. You happy?
Probably not.
And I've actually turned down a national championship winning coach.
You know who our coach is now?
No.
Would it matter if I told you?
Possibly.
Your boy Johnny Dawkins.
J-Doc.
So we're solid. I'm good. Now, if I had
morals are high.
If I had you as my coach and they're like, hey, real quick, Berbs isn't working out, we're gonna go with your guy Rick.
How many wins am I getting that team though?
Well, according to you, we have no talent.
Well, you don't.
What can you do with Taco on the post? Here's the thing: you're a shooter. You have nothing to do with guys on the post.
I'm all Bentos.
You don't get past the free throw line on offense.
I drive.
But you prefer not to. Shooters got to shoot. Game, shooters got to shoot.
But I'm explosive off the hips.
I'm not saying you're not. I'm not saying that you can't swing the banana cut and make it happen down there. But I'm just saying we'd have no post game because you'd be like, everybody line the free throw line up over here.
But that's the new NBA. That's the new basketball. People jacking up threes. Here's the thing: you get a Rick Pitino type coach that's willing to come to your school, even if it is actually Rick Pitino in its entirety.
Yeah,
a Vampire Edition.
Yeah,
you got to take him.
I
think he goes to a little presser and is like, you know what, guys. These last 5 years or whatever the case may be, I was doing some bad things. I put my kids in some situations that they shouldn't have been in. As an adult, that's 100% my fault.
Yeah.
I put Louisville in a bad spot. He's got to take ownership for all this stuff. If he comes clean, takes ownership for all this stuff, I don't see why a Division I school wouldn't give him an opportunity.
That's a big if, though. If he comes clean.
Right. So we already know that he's not
going to
do
that.
Yeah,
though.
we already know he's not going to. But if he did, and let's just say Michigan. John Beilein can't coach forever. He's 100, right? So let's just say he calls it quits. Shout out to John Beilein, by the way.
I hope you're okay, John. Yeah. He actually had a heart condition recently.
That's what I'm saying.
Jackass, you might want to.
Yeah, let's just say that he's just like, in 2 years I'm going to call it quits. I'm going to need a predecessor. Is it a predecessor?
Sure.
Or is it a...
It's whatever you think it is.
Predecessor. What's the other word?
For idiots.
Yeah, I said it right.
Sure,
I said it right.
Sure.
Let's just say, you know what? We got Rick Pitino on the hook.
Yeah.
I don't think Michigan's going to be mad. They're getting a winning coach. He's now come clean.
I don't think they go there.
Notre Dame.
I'm going to have to ask you to think off the top of your head, and this is always something I fret doing.
God.
Can you think of the last coach, college football, college basketball specifically, that has had a scandal that has not involved a crime against a person that has made it to a second stop and been successful? So who's had that controversy and got another chance and has taken it to the next level? Typically, those guys take step down. They don't take steps back. And then they typically don't get back to where they were.
Yeah, Bobby Petrino.
Okay. That's fair.
So is he still at Arkansas?
He's
back at Louisville.
He's back at Louisville, yeah.
So he was at Louisville.
He's back at Louisville.
Did the whole hooker thing too, I believe.
I think it was just an affair. I think she was a secretary in his office.
Yeah, same thing. And then he goes to Arkansas for an hour.
Work, by the way. I need to.
And then he goes to Arkansas. And then Louisville's like, you know what? We forgive you for your sins.
Yeah.
Go ahead and come back.
I believe he went someplace first.
Arkansas. He went from Louisville to Arkansas.
No, I
back
think
to
he
Louisville.
went somewhere because he coached the Falcons. Left the Falcons for Arkansas. Then he got jammed up on the motorcycle with a funny picture with him with that huge neck collar on and like road rash on his face. Hope he's okay. Sure. I think he went to a small school first. I went to Eastern Kentucky or something.
So he had a couple stops.
We got a fact.
So he had a couple stops.
Okay, Pitino's interesting. Okay,
so I'll go Pitino if we're talking scandal.
Okay.
Scandal off the top of my head, I can't.
But I believe so. He apologized though.
Sure. This is all This is all whether or not they apologize.
Real quick, I meant to hit Bobby Petrino on Wikipedia. I accidentally hit Bobby Brown.
What's that look like?
That's not good.
Pictures of that just white cocaine?
It is not good. I was correct. He went to Western Kentucky for a year.
So give me the time lapse. So Louisville
was 03-06.
So then Hooker.
7 for the Falcons.
Okay.
Arkansas 08 to 11. Hooker 11.
Okay.
Western Kentucky 13. Louisville back at 14.
So
the same Louisville, by the way, who just fired Rick Pitino, by the way.
Right. So 7-year gap from Hooker Hooker to back.
Yes. Well, yeah. Technically, he got back after 3 years. But he's been at the game for 7 years.
When did Pitino get jammed up for this?
Which one?
Rick Pitino.
Which scandal? There's
the Hooker scandal, because that's really what
the Hooker about. Was. I want to say it's 14-15 season.
So
it's when it was found out. I don't know when it was.
So he's now 3-4 years in repentance.
Yes.
We can't keep him clean now.
Well, he served a penalty for that. He served a 5-game penalty. They took down his national title in 2013. They won the Natty, taking the Manners down. That it didn't happen. You didn't see it.
How dumb was that, by the way?
You didn't see it.
How dumb was that?
You didn't see it. You didn't see it.
So you took your boys to go get some sloppy top.
Yeah.
And you're going to take their banner too?
You didn't see it. Didn't happen.
Maybe use the banner.
Reggie Bush also didn't win the Heisman. You didn't see that. That happened. That didn't happen.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think the whole idea, and this
Fab
could be
Five, I don't know who they are. They didn't play any games.
This cast is gone. If we did a whole show on this, we probably should.
I think at this point we've done
if we could do a whole show on this, the NFLs of the world, which is just the NFL, college football, NBA, all of these sports authorities, mainly the NFL and college football, that try to supersede the justice system.
Wait, Sports Story? I thought they closed.
Correct. The fact that these guys try to supersede legal authority baffles me.
You got confused after supersede?
No, I got it.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
They're not the law.
Follow the money, right? Like it's a money thing.
Yeah, agreed.
Follow the money thing. But my thing, I guess to bring this to a point where now it's not an hour and 22 minutes into the show, and probably nobody's listening anymore. Although this last 30 minutes has been pretty solid.
Good 30. J-Lo.
Last 30 has been pretty solid. The ego on him to be like, I'm not going to coach anymore. Like, well, no kidding. Maybe because nobody actually wants you to coach. Because
I think it's because he's been off the radar for so long that he's not a topic of conversation anymore. He wants to get his name out there, and then you're going to get your Western Michigans of the world that are like, you know what? Let's take a chance on Ricky P.
Yeah.
And the next thing you know, you got hookers at your school.
Well, I can tell you this. So there's no way Mrs. Z made it this far. So Mila Kunis, get at me. All right. Well, if you've hung in there this long for the Guys Like Us show,
God bless you.
Yeah, we appreciate you. Eddie actually left for a period of time during this, and he's actually in it, which is unsurprising. Real quick, want to clean something up. I do have the career earnings for one Bubba Sparks. This is his net worth currently.
So current net worth.
Current net worth.
You want to take a stab at this?
You're already stabbing.
So is my net worth more?
You're liquid, right?
I'm liquid.
It's close.
It's close?
Close.
All right, I'm gonna say so. Berbs liquidity aside.
Yeah.
Bubba Sparks net worth today, $12.
A little higher. So I have a range, just tiers apparently, because there's a dispute in some sites here.
Okay.
So I got on the low end I got 500K.
Okay.
On the high end I got 800K.
Oh, okay.
So
there's no way either of those numbers are right.
So that's where you're sitting at.
Integrity check?
We'll fact check it. We'll check it for the next show.
Financial records?
We'll check it for the next show, which after this one, this may be the last. Who knows? But if you've listened in this far, again, we appreciate you. You can find us on all your platforms, iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher. Go ahead, please. Again, I need 50 of you fine people out there to get us on IG so we can get that Berbs hitch face photograph. Tell a friend, tell your grandparents, tell your uncles, tell your aunts. They can just follow us for a day. I just need to hit the 200 number. so we can get some quality photos in.
I'm gonna do this. This is just, you're not ready for this. You get me the real Rick Pitino.
What do you mean?
Sign up for the Guys Like Us podcast.
Does he have IG? He's got to have undercover IG. He can't go legit IG.
You get me the real Rick Pitino with the little blue check mark that confirms that it's him.
Yeah.
You're getting that picture, friend.
Okay. I'm going to check that.
So 50 and or the real Rick Pitino.
50 or the real Rick Pitino. So let's get that 50.
Yep.
We're going to need you all out there to follow. Again, if you're listening, tell a friend, tell 2 friends, tell a bunch of friends. I don't care. Just follow us for a day or 2. Let me get that number up so I can get Berbs out there and we can get you that photograph. Again, Instagram, you can find us there. All the other spots I mentioned. Want to thank everybody who helps us out. I'm not going to mention your names because you don't do that much. Although my guy, Black Courtney, does our music, lyrics and loops on Instagram. You can find him. And Berbs and I are going to go ahead and crack open another one of these because he's on some antibiotics. And we will talk to you guys next week.
Peace.